Your guide: if you need a new charger for your USB-C powered laptop, the safest bet is to get the same model that shipped with it. But if the stock charger is difficult to find or expensive, or if you want something you know will work with other laptops down the road, we found Apple's 61W USB-C Power Adapter to be the best option. After testing 12 USB-C chargers with 4 computers, we found that the Apple charger is powerful enough to charge almost every USB-C charging computer at speed. An exception is the current 15-inch MacBook Pro, and it's safe to use with Macs and other laptops alike. The same can't be said for all chargers. We've updated the section on our also great pick, the PowerPort 5. At the time of our testing, some units supported 45-watt charging, but those currently being sold only go up to 30 watts. We still think it's the best USB-C charger to keep at your desk. The 61W USB-C Power Adapter isn't the least expensive option, but it is available everywhere, including in many local stores if you need one today, so it's much easier to purchase than spares of most non-Mac laptop chargers. It's also relatively small, and you can extend its reach using Apple's Power Adapter extension cable. It does not, however, come with a USB-C charging cable. You'll need to buy one separately if you need that. Anker's PowerPort 5 is larger than our pick of a charger that comes with most laptops, so it isn't ideal for travel, but if you're looking for something to leave at your desk for time charging, it's the way to go. Offering 30-watt USB-C charging, this model isn't as powerful as our top pick, but it is enough to keep Apple's 13-inch MacBook Pro and other 13-inch laptops charged while you're using them, and with 4 USB-A charging ports, it can power all your gadgets at the same time. If you're on a budget and your laptop's included charger is 45 watts or less, which covers most non-Apple laptops and tablets that charge via USB-C, Energi's PowerGear USB-C 45 is an affordable option. It works as advertised and doesn't take up much space in your bag. Although it's only $10 less than our top pick at this writing, it comes with a USB-C charging cable, which our top pick doesn't. However, the cable is permanently attached, so if it breaks, you have to replace the entire unit. If you have a 15-inch MacBook Pro, you currently have only one option for speed charging, which we talk about below. You'll receive a confirmation email soon for Wirecutter Weekly and deals we love. Along with a dedicated core of Wirecutter writers and editors, I've been neck-deep in trying to make sense of the surprisingly confusing USB-C standard since early 2015. In addition to this guide to chargers, I wrote our comprehensive guide to USB-C adapters, cables, and hubs, as well as our guide to Thunderbolt 3 docks. I also consulted with Nathan Kay, a volunteer with Google's Top Contributor program. He's an independent tester who has worked with Benson Leung, a famed in these circles Google engineer who first brought to light potential issues with USB-C accessories. Nathan tests with professional hardware and software, reporting his findings for free. He didn't have final say on any of our picks but rather provided general guidance on the topic. Every computer comes with a charger, but at times you might need or want an extra. Some people like to have one charger they leave on their desk and another to toss in their bag. Others like to have a charger in every place they work. And, of course, sometimes chargers get lost or broken, so you need a replacement. Given the mess that is currently USB-C power, the safest option is to just buy a spare of the charger that came with your computer. You know it works, and works safely. However, while some PC makers let you buy a replacement for the charger that came with your laptop, not all do, and oddly, sometimes a spare stock charger isn't easy to find and purchase. These adapters are also often designed specifically for the computer they came with, so they won't work as well if at all with other computers if you ever upgrade or if you want to use the charger with multiple computers. If your laptop's stock charger is difficult to find or expensive, if you want a charger you know will work with other laptops down the road, or if you want something that can also charge your other mobile devices at the same time, consider the models we recommend here. This guide covers chargers for laptops that get power via a USB-C connection and specifically use USB Power Delivery USB PD, a technology that lets USB-C transmit the high power required to charge a laptop. Most laptops still use traditional power adapters, but USB PD is slowly becoming more common. Popular laptops that charge via USB PD include Apple's 12-inch MacBook and 2016 and later MacBook Pro models, Lenovo's X1 Carbon, HP's Spectre X360, recent Dell XPS 13 models, and the Asus Chromebook Flip C302SA. You can also charge any USB-C tablet or smartphone with one of these chargers, though few will benefit from USB PD. If you aren't charging a laptop, you can save a good amount of money by getting a lower-powered USB-C charger made for phones and tablets. We'll test those soon. A selection of the USB-C laptop chargers we tested. Photo Kimber streams. In the early days of USB-C, no single charger worked with every computer. PC World tested a pile of chargers in December 2015 and found plenty of issues when crossing brands. Thankfully, things are getting a little easier as the USB-C standard matures. In a March 2017 rematch, PC World found that with just a few exceptions, most current USB-C chargers will charge most current USB-C computers at this point. We limited our search to chargers that support at least 45-watt charging at the time of our testing. Some PowerPort 5 chargers went up to 45 watts, including the unit we tested, but, according to Anker, the units it currently sells only support 30-watt charging. Most USB-C based computers can draw at least that much power, and lower-powered chargers don't cost significantly less. Computers that can draw more than 45 watts will still charge from a 45-watt charger, just not as fast. Despite USB-C's promise of being an open, universal standard, very few third-party manufacturers are currently making laptop chargers using the connector. We found a few from companies we consider reputable, but skipped over brands with no established history. We also included as many first-party chargers, the ones companies bundle with their own computers, as we could. Unfortunately, many computer makers either don't sell their chargers separately or make buying them difficult. If buying a particular manufacturer's charger wasn't practical, we skipped it. We also relied heavily on Nathan K's testing. He's the most thorough reviewer of USB-C power devices out there, and one of the few people we trust to say definitively whether a device is safe. We first plugged each charger into a MacBook Pro 13-inch, 2016, 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports and then opened the System Information app. The power listing under the hardware heading shows information about the computer's battery, the system's power settings, and the connected charger, including the wattage the charger is providing to the computer. With one exception, in our tests the wattage the computer was reading matched up with what each charger claimed, or, in the case of Apple's 61-watt adapter, which measured at 60 watts, came close enough that the difference could be due to measurement inefficiency. On Mac, the System Information tool shows the wattage of a connected charger. Screenshot Nick Guy. We then double-checked the results using Sachi's USB-C power meter. This tool, which you insert between the charging cable and the computer's USB-C port, displays the voltage and amperage which, multiplied together, give you the wattage when charging. We performed this test 4 times, using the MacBook Pro, a 5th-generation Lenovo X1 Carbon, a 5th-generation Dell XPS 13, and an Asus Chromebook Flip C302SA. Though the chargers we tested provided the right amount of power with each of these computers, your mileage may vary with other laptops. Some computers may not work with some chargers, and saying which combinations won't work without trying them all is impossible. We can say, however, that HP computers tend to work with only HP chargers. HP computers tend to work with only HP chargers. Then we compared the size, price, and extra features of all the chargers we tested. We favored chargers with smaller footprints, but we also looked for thoughtful features such as folding wall prongs. Though some chargers had extra USB-A ports, we considered that a bonus feature, not a determining factor. Apple's 61W USBC Power Adapter is powerful enough to charge almost any computer at speed. Photo Nick Guy. Right now, the safest option for replacing a USB-C laptop charger or adding a new one to your collection is to get another of your laptop's own charger. But if the stock charger is difficult to find or expensive, or if you want something that should work with multiple computers, Apple's 61W USB-C Power Adapter is the best choice unless you have a 15-inch MacBook Pro. It's small, powerful, and, most important, safe. The 61-watt charging capability means it will charge almost any current USB-C computer at speed. It's on the expensive side, but we found that many cheaper adapters have dangerous design flaws that don't work with as many laptops. Like almost all the chargers we tested, the 61W USBC Power Adapter allowed for the proper power draw on all 4 of our test laptops: a MacBook Pro 13-inch, 2016, 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, a 5th generation Lenovo X1 Carbon, a 5th generation Dell XPS 13, and an Asus Chromebook Flip C302SA. We measured approximately 20 volts at 3 amps on the 13-inch MacBook Pro, and 20 volts at 2.25 amps on the 45-watt machines. These numbers aren't precise, because the charger and computer negotiate the current based on a number of factors, including the battery's current charge level. Although we wish it offered wings for wrapping up the charging cable like previous generation Apple chargers did, the 61W USB-C Power Adapter is still pretty well suited for travel. It's a 2.9-inch square, only 1.1 inches thick. Out of the box, the adapter plugs directly into the wall. But if you need to sit farther away, Apple also sells a power adapter extension cable that'll give you extra distance. Nathan K. doesn't have a review of the Apple 61W USB-C Power Adapter, but he does note some of the interesting data he found in his testing, and he confirms that it's safe to use. Apple's chargers are expensive, and the 61-watt version is no exception. It costs $70 and doesn't come with a cable. We recommend Apple's USB-C charge cable. It's 2 meters long and safe, and it contains the necessary chip to support up to 100-watt charging. However, chargers that cost less may not be as reliable as safe. The PowerPort 5 can charge up to 5 devices, including a USB-C computer, at once. Photo Kimber Streams Anchor's PowerPort 5 is actually our favorite USB-C charger overall, but it's not suited to every use. At 3.1 by 4.1 by 1.1 inches, the PowerPort 5 is physically larger than the rest of the chargers we tested, so it's not ideal for carrying around with you. But in addition to a 30-watt USB-C port, it includes 4 2.4-amp USB-A ports in a vertical line. With this combination of ports, you can charge a computer, plus a phone, a tablet, wireless headphones, and a camera, or some other combination of devices and accessories, at once, and take up only one power outlet. We recommend it for your desk or anywhere else you want computer charging plus USB-A charging. At just 30 watts, the PowerPort 5's USB-C port can charge a 13-inch MacBook Pro, but it'll do so more slowly than our top pick, which supports 60 watts. This is fine if you're using your computer at a desk where it's plugged in for long stretches. 30-watt charging won't harm the computer, just charge it more slowly, but it's not ideal for top-speed charging. For travel, or if you frequently have heavy workloads, you'll want to stick to our top pick. Also consider that though the USB-A ports can each provide up to 2.4 amps, they're limited to a combined total of 6 amps. So if you have 2 power-hungry iPads plugged in, you'll have only 1.2 amps left to share between the other 2 ports. Finally, the PowerPort 5 doesn't come with any cables other than its own power cord, so you'll have to provide them yourself. We have recommendations for USB-C to USB-C cables, important because poorly designed ones can actually damage your computer, microSP cables, and lightning cables. In his testing, Nathan K. found the Anker PowerPort 5 to be excellent. He writes, "This charger is overbuilt, under-advertised, and functions great. I'd recommend this as a multi-port charger for people with laptops. Energies PowerGear USB-C 45 is a good pick for many non-Mac computers. Photonic Energies PowerGear USB-C 45 is a good alternative to the Apple charger if your computer draws only 45 watts or less, or if you're looking to save some money. Although the Energy charger costs about $10 less than the Apple adapter at this writing, it has a captive USB-C charging cable. The Apple charger doesn't, and its cable costs another $20, more or less. The PowerGear also weighs about 2 ounces more than Apple's charger, but that weight includes both a 5-foot cord that terminates in a wall plug and a 5-foot, permanently attached USB-C cable that can wrap around the charger's body. An adjustable clip on the cord holds it in place. The PowerGear is one of Nathan K's favorite chargers. In his review, he says, if you had to carry only one power supply with you in your bag for laptop and phone, it should be this one. In addition to its appropriate power performance, he likes the 3-year, $3,000 equipment coverage warranty and the included carrying pouch. Apple's 2016 15-inch MacBook Pro has the highest power draw of any USB-C charging computer, 87 watts, and we haven't found a third-party charger that can provide that much. This means that the only option for speed charging is Apple's 87W USBC Power Adapter. It's the one to get if you want to charge your 15-inch MacBook Pro at the fastest speed, or even to just keep the machine plugged in during processor and GPU-intensive tasks and prevent the battery from being drained. It is expensive, though, and it doesn't come with a USB-C cable, so you'll need our pick for that, too. USB-C is a rapidly evolving technology. As more computers that charge via USB-C are released, more companies will offer chargers for those laptops, and prices should come down, as well. With the exception of the models listed below, we didn't test stock or replacement chargers from laptop vendors such as Dell and HP because either they weren't readily available or we couldn't find independent tests to confirm that they're safe to use with laptops other than the ones they came with. However, as we mentioned above, these are safe options if you own the specific laptops each is designed for. Apple's 29W USB-C Power Adapter is best suited only for the company's 12-inch MacBook, and like the 61-watt version, it's expensive and doesn't come with a USB-C charge cable. The Finzix TC is by far the smallest USB-C charger we tested, measuring only 2.7 inches long with a barrel that's 1.2 inches wide and 1 inch tall. It supports charging up to 65 watts and has an extra 2.1 amp USB-A port on its cord, but its price is much higher than that of our top pick. The TC also uses a proprietary USB-C cable that costs $35 to replace. We really like the size, but at the price, it's hard to recommend this charger for anyone but the most space-sensitive travelers. Nuatek's Power 60W USB-C Power Adapter was our original top pick, and is very appealing on paper. However, we subsequently learned that it fried a testing rig in Nathan K's testing. He also says that the unit he tested had design flaws that make this model risky to use. We've reached out to the company to see if it has taken any steps to address this risk. We'll update this guide when we receive a response. Inatek's 45W portable USB-C wall charger is small and affordable, but we couldn't find any independent test that confirmed its safety or reliability. Lenovo's 65W standard AC adapter USB Type-C has a big, ugly power brick but doesn't offer any of the benefits of the other 65-watt chargers we tested. Asus's Type-C 45W power adapter is smaller than Inatek's but uses a permanently attached cable, so if the cord frays, you have to swap out the whole unit. Like the Inatek, it has prongs that don't fold down. Targus's 45W USB Type-C laptop AC wall charger looked promising because of its small footprint and low price. But when we connected it to our MacBook Pro, it registered as only a 37-watt charger instead of providing the promised 45 watts. We verified this measurement with a Satechi USB-C power meter. It's not that the charger won't work for many laptops, it's that we can't recommend something that doesn't fulfill its primary function as advertised. Ventov's Wallport PD1300 costs more without a cable than the Inatek 45-watt charger plus a good cable. Gordon Marung, USB-C charging universal, a bust we plug in every device we have to chase the dream. PC World, December 29, 2015. Gordon Marung, universal USB-C charging, how the dream is coming true. PC World, March 7, 2017. Nathan K, USB-C Analyses Season 2, May 13, 2017. Nathan K, USB-C Analyses Season 1, August 29, 2016. Nathan K, USB-C Analyses Season 2, February 13, 2017.